I'm looking at this MRI, and this MRI is telling me that you have one, two, three areas that may be giving you symptoms. I'm going to tell you where are those areas, and you're going to tell me if that I am correct or not, okay? But before I do that, when I need to ask your permission, because this thing is also, I need to tape your voice. If you say no, then I cannot continue. But if you say okay, then I can continue. Okay? All right. Thank you. Now I need to take out this thing. And when we need to do this is because I'm going to talk to you about something personal, and it's important that I can ask your permission because. Sometimes people don't want anybody to know that they can have a neck pain or back pain or toe pain or whatever, okay? Now, in your case, you do have one situation here that is important. You have a problem on 4-5. That is cervical spine, 4 vertebra and 5th vertebra. That one affects the 5th nerve. And this nerve is hurting like this. When you go to sleep at night, usually you have some discomfort in your neck, and that forces you to change your pillows. Sometimes this pillow works, then doesn't work with another pillow, things like that. Also, this problem becomes affecting a discomfort right in front of your chest, or below the scapula, or below the clavicle. And then this problem creates a pain that sometimes people believe that is a situation affecting your heart. Now, when I look at this MRI, it doesn't look like it's very, very impressive, the indentation. But I'm just telling you, I believe you don't have these symptoms, but I need to tell you that is an indentation at that level that may create that type of a discomfort. Do you have some chest pain? Exactly. Yes, yes. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. And sometimes you think, do I have something wrong with my heart? Some people go to a cardiologist, some other people go to a cardiovascular surgeon, depending on the symptomatology. And if they don't look at the cervical spine, they may start to do some type of exams and even treating something that you don't really have. And it's because they missed to look at the cervical spine. So I just want to warn you that if you have any symptomatology like that, and if you want to see a cardiologist, tell them that you have some type of a bulging disc on 4-5 level on the cervical spine that your surgeon told you that they believe that is the cause of the chest pain. All right? Okay. Now that we clear that one, that is one problem you have. Another problem you have is this: is pain that goes from the neck and goes to the top of the shoulder. Usually affect that nerve that we call trapezium. Are you familiar with that nerve? With that muscle? Okay. The muscle, I say nerve, but it's not the nerve, it's muscle, okay? That muscle is the one that the masseuse grab and squeeze and it's painful. That muscle is being affected by this other level, this other nerve. And the pain from there goes to the front of the arm, goes to the forearm, may grab your thumb and your index finger. Do you have that? And that's it? Yes. Yeah. But let me go one nerve at a time. Otherwise, I'm gonna get confused. So yes, you do have the fifth nerve root problem. Now seems to be that I was looking at the sixth nerve root, and that one is the pain from the neck to the top of the shoulder, but it's not going from there all the way down to the thumb. Am I right? Okay. So your trapezium pain in top of the shoulder, that's it, correct? All right. So you have around maybe 50% of the nerve being just affected at that level. Now the other one that you have is the C6, C7. That one goes to the scapula. Are you familiar with the name scapula? Okay. So the top of the scapula is one area that is extremely painful sometimes, and from there that pain can go to the top of the shoulder, then can go to the top of the arm, then goes to the top of the forearm and may grab the middle finger and the ring finger. Do you have something like that? Okay. 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 All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. That is again the median nerve, and that is the area that I was talking to you before when I said the trapezium muscle that is giving you some problem. So it's the same problem, right? So, uh, clear you have a problem on 4-5, you have a problem on 5-6. Now 6-7 is just located on the area of the scapula and a little bit on the top of the shoulder, and that's it, all right? Okay, all right. But it's nothing on top of the arm and going to the middle fingers, correct? Okay. Now, this other area I think is very minimal, but anyway, I'm going to tell you in case that you have some symptoms there. This is the 71. That is the one that goes from the lower part of the scapula to the back of the arm on the area of your armpit, and then goes towards the elbow and may go all the way down to the small finger. Something like that? That's fine. Take your time. Take your time. Okay. So is this. The nerve goes in this way. I'll describe where the nerve goes. Goes to the lower part of the scapula, then goes close to the back of the arm, close to the axilla, then goes to the back of the arm, cross the elbow, then goes to the back of the forearm, grabs the small finger. Is something like that what you have or not? Okay, great. So maybe the description that you have right now that bothers you a little bit on your elbow is probably you have a little bit of tennis elbow, something like that. And that is very simple to check. If you grab the area of the elbow and you squeeze a little bit of that bone that goes lateral, if it is sensitive, is that something that you're exercising your arm in the wrong position, or you have a little bit of a sensation there, is probably an initial stage of tennis elbow. And that one with the little injection, you can take care of the problem. Okay. Okay. All the other areas, despite that the MRI doesn't look bad, I I think you have symptoms. I'm gonna ask you about these symptoms. Are those symptoms bad? I mean, do you have a lot of problems sleeping? You're miserable. You're all the time in pain. You have headaches. All these things, or this is just discomfort. Yes. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Okay, that is probably something that is affecting the posterior primary rami, that is a sensitive rama of a nerve on C7, and the problem with that is very close to the area where you have motion. Is the area that that moves that vertebra side. And if that irritates that nerve, then you can have a very sensitive area. If you put your finger in that area, you press a little bit, it's extremely painful. And that's probably because you have facet type fibrosis, okay? All right. Well, it seems to me that you do have some things. My question now is this. Uh, is this something that you're looking to treat, or you just are concerned about? Okay, great. So this is going to take me a couple of days here at the Institute to get you better. We may need to go and do the 4-5, the 5-6, and the 6-7. If we correct all these three, I think you're going to be totally normal in 1 week. So I'm going to transfer you to one of my associates. She's going to talk to you a little bit about time. You tell her when you think you can come, and she's going to tell you when I can see you. And if we do that, when you come here, we will need to start all this thing again, because what we're doing right now is I'm trying to see if what you have is something that you need treatment or not. And if when you decide that you really need to be treated, then the dates that they are going to give you and the whole thing are going to be something for a schedule to do an investigation. So when you come over, we will talk about, we will review the MRI, we will show you the whole thing, we will study your strength, we study your reflexes, we study your nerves and your muscles. Once we finish that, you decide if you need to be treated. And if you say, I want to be treated, then the dates that they give you, there will be surgical dates. If you say, I want to wait, then you say, well, I'd like to see you 6 months from now. That's fine. Then they put you in some type of a waiting list for 6 months. All right?